Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Okay, we don't judge. Today's episode, this is an episode I really wanted to bring to you guys. I wanted to let you know that sometimes when you speak things into existence, it happens. So you got to be very careful out there of what you're saying about yourself and other people, because the laws of karma, as well as how, sometimes people can speak good things about themselves and it happens, like, saying I want to be rich, I'm gonna be rich, and things like that. Those are things that's more uplifting to yourself. But when you're saying, this is gonna happen to me, or sometimes those things come true. And in this story time right now, this is a great example of that. So let's jump right into it, see what's going on. And I love you guys. Thank you for the support. We don't judge. We are increasing every single day, and I love you guys for that. All right, let's get it.
Get ready with me while I tell you the story of how I literally almost got killed in grade 10. So this happened in 2018, September 28th, and I was literally freshly in grade 10. Before this had happened, I was going to the gym every other morning in order to get a big butt, and I was also a star athlete. So since I was an athlete, I had a bunch of clothes in my locker, and my intuition, my angels were telling me, get your clothes out of your locker, take it home, and go wash it. Mind you, I rarely did this. Like, I was lazy with it. I did not like taking my clothes out of my locker to go wash it at home. I probably did it twice a year. So this day, I was going to the library with my friends, and we wanted to go take the bus there. So the bus station is right next to the school. You just gotta walk up a little bit and then cross the street. When we get to the light, our bus is waiting for us at the red light. And we're low-key panicking, being like, oh my goodness, like it's a red light and our bus is right there. Like we're literally making eye contact with the driver. Are we going to make it? But he was waiting for us, right? So I'm pressing the button. I'm like, light, please turn red so I can go catch my bus. Because like back then, a bus waiting for you is like pressure. So then the light finally turns red, and once I see the light turn red, I start jogging towards the bus so I can catch it ahead of my peoples. And here comes someone running the red light with their car, and they're speeding to run the red light.
That's crazy.
Boom! And it hit me. Now, when they had hit me, they didn't immediately brake. So I was stuck at the front of the car, and then they braked, and then I fell off. I flew off.
That's crazy.
Luckily, I was jogging so that I didn't go under the car. I stayed at the very front and then fell off.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I take my time on everything nowadays because life is too short. I don't rush anything, because when you rush things, they say you miss things. And especially when I'm out and about, and I always try to keep myself on a pace. Like keeping myself in pace always keeps me safer. When I'm just like doing too much, or I miss things, or things can happen. So you guys pay heed to what's going on here.
Now, as I'm falling, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that this is real life. So once I finally hit the ground, I start laughing. I'm delirious in this very moment. And I'm like in shock and in disbelief. Not only that, I was always the person to say like, oh, like, look, that car is going to hit me and they're going to pay my tuition. They're going to pay I'm going to sue you if you hit me with your car. I would always make that joke. So when it actually happened,
that's what I've been talking about. When you start speaking things like that into, into today's, just on earth, and you start speaking that into existence, things like that, we don't, as human beings, we don't know how powerful we actually are. And we just go about our day thinking that, what we think, those things are the most powerful things than what we can actually physically do. Because what we think can come to life in our words can bring it into existence. Sorry to hear this happen to her though. Let's keep it going.
I was like, whoa, like it was hilarious to me at the time, out of shock and out of irony. Now, back then, I was also somewhat of a people pleaser, to the point that I said, don't worry about me, guys. Like, everyone at the red light stopped and got out of their cars and was super panicked and asking me if I was okay. And I was telling them, like, don't worry, guys. I'm going to get up. I'm fine. And they were like, don't move. They're like, stop. What are you doing? Like, don't move. Luckily, I was right next to a fire station, so they didn't even have to take the truck to come out. They just ran out. The firefighters came straight to me. Now, the girl that hit me with her car, she came out, and it was the girl that had her locker directly above mine the year before. Like, what are you doing here? First, she
That's
was accidentally
crazy.
hitting me in the head with her locker. Now you're hitting me with your car? So she came out, and the first thing she said was, "Oh my gosh, I know you." I'm laying there, like, still laughing. And that just made it funnier. Like, girl, what? Like, so then the paramedics come, all the people come in. All the people from my school are, like, lined up along the streets, and they're all just staring at me, like, getting rolled into this paramedics truck. And the paramedics had told me, like, you are one of the luckiest people on earth because we've seen so many accidents and we don't know how you're still fine based on the circumstance that you were just in, the impact, the speed, everything. Like, we don't know how you're still okay. Like, this is such a blessing. And I truly believe it was because God was looking out for me. It wasn't my time, and he was redirecting me. And if I hadn't had packed my backpack and listened to my intuition, things would have been a lot different, because my backpack that I mentioned earlier on in the story was actually one of the biggest things that saved me as well, because it really landed my fall. Everything was very shocking, and I basically had like a huge life switch, because before this I was an athlete and I really loved it, and that was like my plan, was to get a scholarship. I was also honor roll, get a scholarship and play basketball, play badminton as well. Like, those were the two things that I really loved. But that wasn't the plan. And so overall, the whole experience taught me a lot about holistic healing, because I didn't like the painkillers that I was on. I was on painkillers for a minute and I didn't like the person that I was becoming. I was becoming like a zombie because of the painkillers. So I had chosen to stop that and get into yoga and get into holistic healing. Fast forward to today, that car accident taught me a lot about natural healing and about mindset and about getting yourself out of certain situations, which is why I come on here and I talk about the things that I talk about, is because I had to learn it from a hard situation. And if I can pass down any knowledge that will help even at least one person in the slightest way, then my job is done and I feel fulfilled and I feel like accomplished with my meaning here. And God clearly,
all I have to say, God bless her. She is a healer. She took her situation of her getting hit by a car. She started to break it down, why it happened, and started going backwards. And now she's to a point where and also when she says, with the painkiller medication, she didn't even want to use that, because those are actually drugs that alternate your feelings. So she took her feelings straight on with yoga. Man, she doesn't even know how powerful she actually is. And just telling a story like this, you know me, I love a good story. But when it comes down to it, you can really see that what she's been through, she's taking that and teaching others about it. God bless her. God bless her. I really appreciate this story.
through that situation so that I could come from such a tough story. Because if I had just been a square that had just gone to school, got a scholarship, life would have been different. And I wouldn't have as much testimony to be able to come on here, to be able to spread knowledge and talk to y'all the way that I do, talk to y'all with such passion and depth in my statements and in my testimony. Not saying that you have to go through horrible shit in order to be qualified to motivate people, but that's just what happened to me. But I do thank God for the whole situation, because it taught me the importance of routine and of self-care. Because if I don't do my yoga, if I don't take care of myself, then my body starts literally shutting down. It starts breaking and whatnot. I have to instill those routines and that level of health in me so that I don't feel crippled. What had happened to me was I got whiplash and I wore a neck cast. And I got hit on a Friday. I returned to school on Monday wearing my neck cast. And there was people making fun of me. There was even teachers making fun of me. Gym teacher, she had made fun of me, literally mocking me, being like, yeah, anyways. I was just the laughing stock of the school. And I always laughed it off too. I would go along with people's jokes, but deep down inside, it was really hurting me. So that's my story of how I literally almost got killed, but God saved me. So that's why my mission and my purpose is so loud and so strong,
God got
because
his
God
hands on
doesn't
you.
save you from death just for you to be quiet about it. God doesn't save you from depression and anxiety and all just for
That's
you to
true.
be quiet about it. Like, there's a lot of knowledge that you have gained from
That's
your
true.
tough times, and if you can pass it down to someone that is currently in that tough time and you don't do it, then it's like you're missing an opportunity to be able to help someone and to be able to really save people mentally, and even without you physically being there, just your words and sharing your testimony, sharing your story could really inspire someone to see how far you have come and the way that you've alchemized your situation. They're gonna take that and they're gonna be like, wow, like there's someone that really had it worse than me and made it through.
Wow, such a beautiful soul. I hope you guys really like this story. I really appreciated this story because it just lets me know that, there's people out there going through certain things, and after they get through it, they still turn around and still try to help another person that's going through that same thing. And that right there shows you the strength in love, the strength in people as human beings, how we can connect to each other. And these chain events that happen in our lives, we can come to a healing point by understanding the other person's story. Telling stories and telling your journey is so important. I feel like that's the reason why I feel this channel is going to grow really well, because I just love a good story. I love to hear other people, the things that they've been through and how what they're up to at this point of getting through it, whether it's good or it's bad. You always have to understand that your scars tell your story. So the more you go through, the more triumphant you'll be when you get through it. I love you guys, and I appreciate you for liking and sharing these videos. And until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Peace.